Welcome back to Leeds Lately. It's time for our Premier League predictions. We're going to be going through each and every team and putting them in a place in the Premier League table for the 25-26 season. Before we get into that though, make sure you hit that big button down below. That would massively help me out. We're trying to get to 10k as soon as possible. And also make sure you check out the other links in the description. You can get your Leeds United away kit or the third shirt using my link in the description, and I'll get a small affiliate kickback for that as well. Of course, my Etsy prints designed by myself are also down there as well. So if you want to support me, check out those links down in the description below. So today's video then, we are going to be talking a little bit about the Premier League. And we're going to be talking about who we think is going to win it, who we think is going to get relegated, who we think is going to get the European positions. You can see we've got Champion and Champions League obviously in the green here. We've got, oh, we should change that. That should be blue as well. Let's change that. There we go. So these are the Champions League spots. Then you've got the Europa League and the Conference League, and the rest of these positions obviously down to the relegation spots as well. So first of all, who do I think is going to win the Premier League in 25-26? Well, for me, I think based on last season and based on the squads, I think Liverpool are miles ahead. For me, it's got to be Liverpool. People do these tier lists or the Premier League predictions the opposite way around to me, but because we're Leeds fans and we are most interested on basically who's going to get relegated, it's important for us to basically go, that's going to be last. So for me, Liverpool are miles ahead. They really are, and I think they're going to do really well this season and win the Premier League. For second place, it is a bit of a toss-up, and for me, I think I'm going to go for Arsenal, you know. I think Arsenal are going to be the team to revitalise themselves, I think, with the signing of Victor Gyökeres. I think with the signing of Martin Zubimendi, who is excellent, by the way. They are going to be a real threat and a real problem this season, but not quite enough to pip Liverpool to the post. So for me, that is that. And I think in third place, almost by default, is going to be Manchester City, who, of course, have made a few signings. They've signed Reinders from AC Milan, and he's already seems to be kicking things off in pre-season. They've obviously still got Haaland, but for me, I think they're still in a little bit of a transition period, weirdly. And I think for me, I think they're going to come third in the division. Now, fourth is a bit of an interesting one because you've got a number of teams that could come into this one. You've got your Chelseas, you've got your Scums, you've got your Spurs. I don't think Spurs are going to be amazing this season, so I'm not going to go for them. I think that... See, this is a very, very difficult one. I think there's going to be an outsider who's going to come and get fourth. And I think it might be somebody like Villa, Forest or Newcastle. It's a bit of a toss-up between them. But you know what? I think Newcastle are going to surprise everyone. I think because of the way that they seem to keep getting rejected for all their transfers and everything, and if they keep Isak and they keep him fit and they're able to get just two more transfers in before the end of the window, I think they're going to surprise a lot of people and have a very, very good season. Next up, I think we are going to see Chelsea come fifth and get a Europa League spot. I think as kind of up and down as they've been over the last couple of years, they have the squad to be able to do this. They really do. But I still think they're going to fall short of Champions League, and so we're going to put them in fifth place. I think that Spurs are going to have a much better season than last season. Of course, it couldn't really be worse, but I think they're going to come sixth under Thomas Frank. They're going to have their first season under him, get used to the way that he wants to play, and I think that will set them up to be sixth place in the division. And I think that's going to be followed by Scum in seventh. I think Scum they've signed some very dangerous forwards, and I think even without amazing management, they have the ability to score goals with that firepower that they've signed. So I think, unfortunately, they're going to come seventh and have nowhere near as bad a season as what they had last season. I think then you're looking at, I think Forest are going to struggle a little bit because of having Europe as well, with the size of the squad and stuff. So I think we're going to go for Villa, you know, in that 8th place. I think it's going to be Aston Villa, followed by, see, this is a little bit of much of a muchness, I think, followed by Brighton in 9th. And then I think, do you know what? I think Everton are going to do well this season. Obviously, we've got them on the first game, and there is a tactics video, a tactical preview coming out on the channel soon for that. So make sure you go and check that out on Saturday before the game. In 10th place, I think we're going to see Forest. No, actually, sorry. I think we're going to go for Fulham in 10th place. I think then we are going to have Bournemouth in 11th. And then I think Forest and Palace, who are both going to have a little bit of a struggle. I think Forest and then Palace in 13th, their traditional positioning. I think Forest and Palace are going to be the ones that struggle a little bit because of their European campaigns, but I think they're also going to do well enough to stay well within the division. Then I think you're looking at Everton, who I think are going to have a decent season and come 14th. West Ham as well, and then it gets to these last 5 spots. And this is where it starts to worry me. So that's what we're looking at for the rest of the table. So we've got Liverpool in 1st, Arsenal in 2nd, City in 3rd, Newcastle in 4th, Chelsea in 5th, Spurs in 6th, Scum in 7th, Villa in 8th, Brighton in 9th, Fulham in 10th, Bournemouth in 11th, Forest in 12th, Palace in 13th, Everton in 14th, West Ham in 15th, and then it comes down to the crux of it. Who's going to get relegated? Now, I personally think that Leeds and Sunderland are going to stay up. This could be in any order. And I don't know which. But to be positive, I'm going to say Leeds in 16th, Sunderland in 17th. I think Burnley are going to go down bottom, followed by Wolves in 18th and Brentford in 19th. That's what I think is going to be the Premier League table for next season. And it's made me more scared for the season now that I've seen this, now that I've done this video. Looking at this now and seeing how kind of tight it's going to be with the clubs and how well established they are versus the newly promoted sides. But I got to believe that Leeds are going to be able to stay up. And I think Leeds and Sunderland might stay up, and we might see Wolves, Brentford and Burnley go down. So to summarise, this is my prediction for the Premier League table 2025-2026. Liverpool, Arsenal, Manchester City, Newcastle, Chelsea, Spurs, Scum, Aston Villa, Brighton and Hove Albion, Fulham, Bournemouth, Forest, Palace, Everton, West Ham, Leeds in 16th, Sunderland in 17th, Wolves, Brentford and Burnley make up the bottom 3 for me. That's what I think. If you want, you can put down in the description your entire prediction, and I'll have a read of people's predictions from 1 to 20, put them all in there, or just where you think Leeds might finish. Any comments you want to put down in the comments below, and I'll have a look through them afterwards. Remember, of course, to hit the like button if you enjoyed the video. This one's a little bit more of a light-hearted, just a bit of a chat, and we'll have a transfer video on Thursday, depending on what news we get. And on Saturday, there will be the tactical preview, followed by, on Friday night will be another transfer live stream. And then on Monday will be the first game of the season, plus a match reaction. So thanks for watching Leeds lately. It's all about to kick off in the Premier League for the 2025-2026 season. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Oh God, it's coming up so fast now. See you in the next one.